Hello, Weebs and Normies. Welcome to the Anime Club. I'm Graham.
And I'm George.
All right, George. We
Oh,
are
dude.
here at the finale.
We are here.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing. The fighting is
Yeah.
over, but there's still a lot of hype, especially when it comes to saving Cha.
Yeah. I don't know who he was gonna res. We thought maybe the ant, maybe the
Yeah, in retrospect, like now that we've had a week to think about it, like the ant was the obvious choice because it was so in our face, but like the healer right at the tail end of that conversation, we thought, oh, the healer. But yeah, it makes so much more sense to go for the healer, right? So I'm really excited, as we talked about last time, to see what the implications of this is going to be.
Yes, yeah. And I'm also so excited to see the after, like, I'm sure he knows he's being recorded, and he still went all out because he kind of had to.
True.
What's the world gonna think? What's gonna happen, dude? We're in a whole different ball game now. So
Yep. Is the world going to see him revive the healer?
Yeah, that's the question, right? That's the question.
Because he's in a panic to save Cha right now. He's not thinking about the footage.
Yeah. And then, like, what was Japan's goal? Was it simply, I just want to cripple this other nation because I can and have them depend on us and give us like money to come and hunt their stuff? Or was there like something more along the lines of conquest going on? I think it's probably not that deep, but it really will be interesting once the world realizes with Sung here, Korea's the top of the food chain, dude. There's no one getting past Sung, man. He's the top of the top. So yeah,
that's a great point.
Big worldwide implications. That's probably the most interesting and exciting part.
Do you think that we're gonna get some kind of surprise at the end to cliffhanger us into season 3?
I hope we get a surprise, but the cliffhanger isn't so intense. I hope it's like a cliffhanger that I'm like, okay, I'm pumped. I'm really pumped for what's to happen next season, rather than a cliffhanger where I'm just like, no, I need to know right now. I need to know. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
I hope it's a nice cliffhanger, not a mean freaking blue ballsy one, dude. That would be terrible.
I'm trying to think, like, what could it possibly be? Like, there haven't been foreshadowing this almost at all, but like the only things that I could think of is like Thomas the frickin' American Chank engine is coming and has arrived, and or his dad shows up, and or something with the system happens here, which I don't know why, and none of these things have really been foreshadowed that much, but any of those three things could happen, and I feel like that would be like the hypest thing that could happen at that moment.
I think the system one's probably the most well, actually, no. They did say that his dad was in America and he's kind of looking for stuff. So either the dad or the system. But the system is so unpredictable and random. I can totally see it like, oh, dude, this would be the worst. Like it pops up a picture of the system, but we don't see the writing. We just see like the glow and Sung gets like this like weird looking face like, What? Yeah. Oh no. I hope it's not something like that because I need to know right now what that.
You better hope it's not that, because then people are gonna say this guy knows. He knows. If it's like literally the exact ending.
Imagine.
All right. Well, George, it's time. Let's freaking start this finale off, shall we?
Let's do it. You're
not gonna rise her, surely. Oh, yeah, there we go.
He brought him. Oh, jeez. Bro, it's possible.
Oh, boy. This is going to be huge.
Oh, no.
He'll rise easy, too. He'll want to help.
Yep. Immediately goes into healing, dude.
Oh man, this is gonna be big.
Jeez, dude.
Frick, dude. Are they gonna be angry? Or are they gonna be freaking surprised?
I think they're gonna be conflicted. because without this, Cha would be dead, right? So
and he's already dead.
He's already dead. Yeah. So like,
oh man, this is so big, dude. This is like everything. Oh, this is so much, man. So much.
He's gonna need to answer so many questions.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's gonna have all the answers.
No.
And I don't think that's gonna sit well with people.
No. At least it's not known to the world.
Yes, that's like the saving grace. They can keep it within the guild for now.
For now.
So
multiple guilds, even.
Yeah, or the association, Hunters Association, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And he's got a healer now.
Oh man.
And a strong one at that. What?
It asked him? He can communicate?
Is he making that up?
I don't know. That's a good question, actually. Wow,
dang.
Dude. Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Oh. Dang.
Wow, no way.
Okay. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Will he release him here?
Dude, he's gonna listen.
Yeah, what's gonna...
Wow.
He's gonna let him go. No way, good guy sung. Let's go.
No way.
Wow. Good for him, dude.
That's amazing.
He's happy about it too. Bro,
that's amazing.
That's
I
awesome,
can't believe
dude.
that.
We got to talk about the implications if he actually did hear a voice, but just remind me at the end of the episode here.
Dang.
Yeah, bro. Don't be so power hungry, dude. This is not the time to be like that. Wow. Okay.
Dang.
They did mention the global balance of power though. Like this is a new thing to consider.
So I'm gonna stay back.
Oh man. I don't know.
Yep.
Take care.
Yeah.
I extract a bunch. Oh, he still gets XP. Okay.
Dang, look at that sword.
Yeah, seriously, dude.
What the heck is this?
Yeah, what?
Ah.
Oh, that's who it is. Whose it is, okay.
Oh. Oh.
He's getting so many levels, dude. Oh my gosh.
99.
Oh. Dang, dude.
No way.
Oh. What was that? He's gonna extract him. Okay.
Oh, did he get him? Oh.
What? What? Whoa.
What's that?
Yo.
What is that?
What is this?
Is this the ant? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Why did it go black? What the fuck was that all about?
I don't know. Yeah. And like there was a glitch. I almost wish maybe we'll go back after and try and catch it. We'll see.
Something's not right. No. He can speak.
Oh.
Bro. What is this gonna mean?
Oh. Okay. I'm filled with joy.
What name will he give him? Ant-Man.
Oh my gosh.
Beru.
Beru.
Right. Dang.
All of these, dude. What? Jeez, dude. Oh my gosh.
Gonna be easy for him.
Was that lightning him? Oh, maybe that was another hunters.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Whew.
Oh, it saved him.
Jeez.
Jeez, dude.
Look at this thing.
Oh
my
gosh,
it makes sense,
man.
That's what he was doing before.
Oh.
Whoa.
Oh. I thought that was its view.
Yeah, right?
That's so cool, man.
Yeah, what the heck? Oh, wow. Making a barrier? That's so sick.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
This is so sick.
Uh-oh, uh-oh.
No,
Bear's gonna show up. Yep.
Yep.
Oh. It was sung on the freaking
Dang.
river, dude.
That's sick, bro. Wow. Dude, I can't believe Jeju Island is over.
Finally. Yeah, seriously, dude. Oh. Is this China?
Yeah, could be. It looks like it.
Oh, jeez, that's sick.
I'm gonna say, what can he do with swords? But oh, jeez.
Oh, bro, that's a freaking nuclear explosion in the air. What?
Dang.
Wow.
The hero.
He contributed a great deal. You could say that again.
That's kind of fair.
I mean, yeah, but like, how can you know that, right? Like, be grateful.
True.
Wow. I like Bake, man. He's
Bake's
a good guy.
the best, dude. I'm so freaking glad Bake is alive.
Yeah, seriously.
Dang.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Can't save everyone.
Okay, I'm so glad they're addressing this.
To be the new chair? Oh.
Imagine. Okay. I don't think he wants to retire quite yet, but maybe.
Maybe, Oh! What?
Okay. Oh, some are still alive.
Oh! What the frick?
Who is this? What? Is he a beast?
They're dead.
Oh my gosh.
Holy frick.
It was definitely his power. Helping humans?
That's a gate!
Yo, are these? Yeah, what?
That's a gate!
What?
Hunt.
Hunt will commence as planned.
Oh!
Whoa!
What is that? What are they talking about?
I don't know, dude. What?
Oh! Oh!
Is that his dad? Was that his dad?
That's his freaking dad, bro.
Oh, dude! That was his dad!
Oh, man.
Dang.
Bro, we still have enough of the episode for it to get even worse with cliffhanger stuff.
Okay. I know. Don't remind me this, Graham. I'm just living in blissful ignorance for now. I've been thinking the same thing.
Should we talk about? Maybe we'll talk about this after. Okay, hold on.
Okay, sure.
He's gonna
Dang,
walk
that's
in.
crazy that it can just like do this right here.
He's gonna walk in, and in 1 second it'll be done. He'll walk out.
Yeah. Bro, he can solo this.
It's just a B gate, bro.
Yeah, dude. Oh. It turned into a red gate? Oh my gosh. Yeah, is this an accident, dude, or was this deliberate?
Oh my gosh.
Shouldn't take long for a red gate, dude.
The ants? Orcs, okay. Bears, soldiers, and there's the ants.
Yeah, there's the ants.
Dang,
and like
look
his
at all
generals,
these things.
dude.
He's insane.
Yeah. And then Baru.
Baru as well. Bro, how can anyone stop him? He's insane.
Yeah, dude. I mean, this thing killed Goto. Like, don't feel bad.
No kidding. Yeah, dude.
I don't know if anyone can. Be ready to be prey at any time. Wow.
Those two.
Oh my gosh, what was that?
Oh man.
Defy fate,
here.
and it shows a shot of his dad.
Yeah. Bro, it's so sick.
Gosh, dude, look at his own personal army. Bro, this is a battalion, man.
He's like, just another day at the office.
Yeah. Oh, that's a sick shot.
Wow. All right.
Oh, well, okay.
That's a special ending right here. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, right?
Yeah, true. He's like usually walking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Could there be any post-credit scene? Let's just like triple check.
It's possible. It's possible. Let's check it out. No.
No. Okay. Whew.
Well,
good to know though.
Good to know. We did not watch the ED, if anyone's wondering. We just went right to the end. We will watch.
We'll be watching
this ED. It'll be ED 3 and 2 OPs because the OPs from first and second season. Yeah, so we'll do all of that in another video coming very soon. So, wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Dang. I'm happy with this ending. They had every opportunity to go as cliffhangery as possible, and they decided to end it on a nice closure. Very good.
Yes.
Very good.
Yes. Okay. So let's talk about these freaking guys. I love that they gave us just the seeds that there's something going on, and then a guy shows up who can make gates, and another guy who can rip gates open or something akin to a gate.
Yeah, like what was that?
Yeah.
Like,
so like the one guy's so magically powerful he can snap and make a gate, and the other guy's so like physically strong he could tear space time and make a gate.
A hole through space time. Yeah, what was that?
So
and then like go ahead.
So okay, so I'm thinking like I'm just using my anime frickin' Digimon, all sorts of frickin' experience brain here, my weeb brain.
Sure.
I'm thinking like, okay, so we got a magical guy, we got a physical guy, and they're part of some kind of group. Now there was like, they referenced a girl, so there's probably some girl, she's probably got her own specialty, and then they're talking about
she can smell. She can also smell, and so can the one dude. He's like the stench. If she was here, she'd be like talking about it. So I'm assuming all three of them could probably smell.
Yeah,
there's only been a few characters so far who can like smell the magic or whatever, right?
True, good point. So, yeah, great point. And so they talked about someone as if they knew that person and that they had been there on the island. And then they said that person, it was weird for them to be helping humans. I can only conclude that they're talking about Song.
Or his dad, potentially. But
no, I don't think
it doesn't make as much sense
anything.
Because, this wouldn't be his dad's work, right?
Yeah,
unless they're talking about something else that we don't know about. But, like, what else could that be? It's too much of a reach. So I think you're right. I think it's Sung.
I think it's Song. And it's like, okay, Song is like less likely he's the reincarnated version of some guy that they used to be associated with, some entity they used to be associated with, or the entity that they used to know has jumped into Sung, like they've merged into one being,
somehow.
and Sung is now that new level up guy. They probably could all level up if I had to guess, but like let's just say, you know, for the sake of simplicity, the level up guy in that used to be part of this super strong group of people who are like basically system level entities because they can create gates, right?
Yeah.
Sung is like unwittingly a part of that group, or unknowingly a part of that group.
And funnily enough, Cha can't smell anything on him, on Sung. Peg can smell stuff on everybody and everything else. These guys were talking about the stench of his work, of Sung's work.
True.
So maybe Sung does give off a smell, but it's
we know
he
does. Cha said he smelled good.
Yeah, was that like good as in you lack a bad smell, or as in you give a positive smell?
I think a positive smell, because remember there was that scene where she was laying down in bed and she was like, oh, he doesn't smell bad. And she's like, actually, he smelled good. And like you could interpret that as like in a couple different ways, I suppose. But my interpretation was like he actually had a clean smell kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they see this as a stench. You would never call something that smells good as a stench, right?
Right.
So
they could be talking about the ants. Well, it's actually not likely they're talking about the ants, because the soldiers that were there, the other hunters that were there, didn't complain about any kind of smell. And if there was like the ants decomposing, then they'd probably say something like, "Oh, it stinks here," and blah blah blah. So
I think they're talking about Sung. I think maybe I'm hanging up. I'm being too hung up on the smell, but there's something there. I think that's gonna be a way in which maybe we're going to be able to tell the factions apart, right? Like the Gate faction smells bad to Cha or good to Cha or
probably
something.
Good.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, so we have the Berserker, like a physical strength guy, a mage guy. They were referencing a girl who maybe is like could be a tactician of some variety. And then we have Sung.
Now or healer too.
Or healer. That's a great point. Yeah. That's a really good point. I was thinking Sung might be the level up guy, but he could be because like Sung seems like everything, but one thing that these guys didn't display, and it would have been wild if they would have, but they didn't display any type of like summoning army type of thing, right?
Yeah.
So I wonder if Sung's specific variety is like the army thing. Like all of them are like physically capable and all that stuff, but like Sung's specific specialty is the army stuff.
And maybe that's why they want to take them down, because eventually, you know, strength in numbers, they're all like incredibly powerful, but I don't know, maybe someone who's near the same realm of strength, add on top of that freaking a bajillion other soldiers, like maybe they get taken out. Maybe he's a danger to them or something. I don't know.
Did you feel as if they were antagonistic towards Sung?
They did mention that the hunt is going to proceed as planned. And Sung just ended with a monologue about how like hunters need to be ready to become prey at any moment.
Good frickin' point, George. That's
so I'm thinking maybe at some point they were all
the hunted.
Yeah, and maybe at some point they were all working together, maybe the four of them. Maybe there's more than four. Maybe it's like, I don't know, 10 people, 7 people, whatever. Maybe it's a full party of whatever of these things, right? So
maybe
and
they've hunted him before. And when you hunt him and kill him, that kind of entity thing jumps to another person. And then they're saying they've been doing this for like a long, long time, maybe across different worlds potentially. Because like the hunting stuff is new, right? With the gates and the hunters and the powers and stuff. So like maybe that this stuff is here now, and then they're saying, oh, that's strange. The person who inherited the power, essentially, who they deem as just like one entity that they've known before, is helping humans. Because like maybe usually when someone gets this power, they turn into a freaking villain, right?
Yeah, maybe.
So
maybe it always like picked super strong people. And they like were kind of corruptible, but maybe Sung, because he started off so weak.
Sure.
And like, you know, through his own merits, I guess, by doing maybe like the dailies are simply, maybe they're not like necessary in the strict sense, and maybe it's just like a system that this entity built with which to build his own champion, right? And he just gives more of himself to this thing, to this human, because he's like earned it somehow or something.
Possible. Yeah, like it's hard to say exactly like how it all ties in and like what the purpose of it all is. But the other thing is like his dad was there spying on them.
Watching them.
And wasn't detected.
I was just going to say, and they didn't know he was there. Yeah, he wasn't detected.
That's a big tell that like he's more powerful potentially than them, or at least at their level, potentially more powerful. If you can hide from people with your presence hidden, that means you're at minimum their level plus.
Yeah.
So next season, it looks like it's going to be his dad, and like these like ultra level hunters, these like triple S freaking
ultra level hunters.
Hunters. Yeah.
And then whoever these guys are, and like the hunt will proceed as planned. Like, I want to know so much, like specifically what that means.
Yeah.
Dude.
What are they hunting? Is it Song?
Is it Sung? Is it humans? Right? Like the one dude looked human-ish, but he looked also kind of beast-like. Yeah, like also like, okay, this guy can create gates. I don't think he's the only one creating gates, but like, why set the gates on humans? Why appear, you know, with 10 years ago? Like what?
Going with your theme of the hunters becoming the hunted, what if the gates started appearing because Earth is now the hunting grounds and they're training up hunters, and then the hunters get stronger and then they kind of understand the whole hunter thing? Because like if you attack the humans right away, it's not as fun and interesting. But now that the hunters have gear and they're practiced and they get how it all works, now the hunters are going to become the hunted, because these guys,
it's like entertainment.
Yes, these guys are about to turn around and start hunting the hunters. Right? What about that?
Entertainment would be a unique twist on like the motivation, right? Like it would almost make these guys be godlike, which kind of they're appearing to be, right? Like evil gods who like gain satisfaction and enjoyment from other people's suffering, right?
And they looked at humans kind of, they almost like in a belittling sense, because they talked about like the entity helping humans, right? They said humans specifically, like they're not human, if that wasn't clear enough, at least from the freaking literally blue guy. And they didn't, they also, curiously enough, that guy didn't kill those humans. He put them to sleep.
True. He put them to sleep,
right? Like that says a lot, I think, about like I would think in this context of like, oh, they're gonna potentially hunt the hunters. They're talking about humans as if they're something other than themselves. That's like a perfect recipe for like, well, we could just kill humans anytime we want for sport. But like he didn't do that. Is it because the hunt hasn't started yet and they don't want to get like a head start on it, or are they kind of
and like, he was like
malevolent?
Yeah, the berserker dude, like he didn't seem upset, but like he was like, was that you? Like, why'd you have to do that? It was kind of like a slightly annoyed tone is what I got.
Do you think he was about to frickin' rip those guys a new one, and then the dude put him to sleep and he's like, oh, there's no sport in it now?
Maybe that's what it was. Yeah, maybe that's what it was. I'm trying to approach this from an angle in which maybe these guys aren't evil, right? But like Sung's dad was spying on them. So I don't know. You
gotta imagine that Sung's dad is not evil, at least.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes,
and if
correct.
he believed that these people were amicable to a conversation, why wouldn't he at least show himself, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Huh. Man. I want to know what Sung's dad found out, dude. If we ever get like flashbacks of his journey through the gate system or whatever, dude, that's going to be a wild story.
Maybe they'll pull a Jujutsu Kaisen season 2 and start season 3 in like a flashback of his dad, and they'll do that for a little bit. That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah. That would be cool. That would
There's
be very
also
cool, actually.
A rising Beru had this really weird black effect.
Yes. There was like a glitch of like a system window. There was like some writing, I want to say, which if we're able to like see what that was potentially.
Let's see.
And he could talk too. That was like the weirdest thing.
Yeah, that was super, super strange. Let's see. It was right around here. The one who overcame adversity.
He's got 43,000 HP, dude.
He's got one more int than he has strength, actually.
True. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
And he's got available ability points. He still has 3 points to allocate.
That's funny. Finally hit level 100. I wonder if that's significant, right? If like something on the system level has triggered now that he's in at level 100,
he's triple digit levels. Yeah, could be.
Will he keep leveling? Or is this like max level?
If we're going video game logic here, if 99's not the limit, 999's the next limit. If 1,000 isn't the limit, then 9,999, right? But
100
again, it's not.
Hold on, MMOs have like 100 as the cap level. It's not like it has to be 99.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, could be. Yeah,
could be. I doubt it, but it's possible. Right, like if it would be a wild twist. It would be a wild twist if he stopped getting stronger. Like this was the peak, and then they kind of had a new plateau of like, now he can't just like overcome things. Essentially, he's in an RPG where he grinds so much that he trivializes the bosses in a lot of cases, right?
True.
So it would be cool if they kind of changed it. Where it's like, listen, he can't over level things anymore. He actually has to do the content properly, right?
Yeah.
So
he still has the ability points, right? Which could like help him get stronger slightly, but less of a boost than like a level, right?
Right. So. Yeah. And then the other thing is he could be in the end game now, right? He's past the leveling and the story, but now he's in end game, right? Yeah. Look at this.
Okay.
Oh, I think, are we gonna see something here? Let's see. We'll do frame by frame here.
Oh boy.
See something. Acquisition. A key. Okay. We
Acquisition difficulty. Okay.
And then it fricks up.
Day is that lower lower right word.
The key allows the user to enter the Kartanon temple. This key can be used
the one
on the appropriate
Is that the one where
gate.
he met? Is that the one where he got his freaking powers? Is that the double dungeon in season 1, episode 1?
Why would you say that specifically?
I think that was its name.
Kartanon?
I think so. I could be wrong.
Where are you remembering that from? I don't remember.
I don't know. I know this. I know Kartanon. Maybe it's from something else, but I feel like I know this.
Now I want to Google Kartanon, but at the same time, I don't want to Google Kartanon.
I know. This key allows the user to Kartanon temple. This key can be used on the appropriate gate. Okay. What if double dungeons aren't just like a random thing? What if some entity... Well, you have to be the holder of the key. Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Kartanon Temple. You might be right. I mean, I haven't heard of that, but it's certainly possible that I missed it at some point. But okay, like, help me understand the context of how this would even be mentioned. How would anyone even know the temple name of Kartanon at all? Was it in the first episode, you're saying?
Was it maybe written on the tablet? I could be mistaking some other story as well. I don't know if Kartanon is like... I feel like that might be unique to this. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's possible. I mean, it's got two little hook, like things here on the key. But I mean,
and like, where did this? How did this like show up? Like, what?
He just got it as loot, I suppose. Yeah, and then they just
And it just
the
glitched
hell out of that. Yeah, that glitched away. And then he went.
Cat extraction is possible.
What does this mean? I wonder. I can't sense anything. Man, they're teasing so many little things here.
I know, dude. And what is this?
Yeah, this is
like, why does he show up this way? Yeah, it's a unique. Exactly. He doesn't just spawn out of the body.
Yeah, it's very strange. He went behind him. He came from behind him.
And it talks as well?
Talks too, yeah. For a second, I thought it had failed. Yeah, so it was very unusual, huh? I don't know, bro. I don't know. There's something weird going on that they're teasing here, but we can't know what it is yet.
I want to Google Cartnon so bad.
I know.
So badly,
but
dude.
If it is, and there's so many vectors of being spoiled by that, because if it is the double dungeon, then it's gonna have more information on it in the future. Well, actually, regardless, if you Google it, you're gonna see something. Right, because if it's in season 3, right?
I know.
Yeah. It'll
even
definitely
if it's not the double dungeon,
right?
Then,
you'll have information pop up of exactly what it is, pictures, whatever.
I almost wonder if maybe I read it in a comment or something. I wish. Google
someone said the double dungeon was called the Temple of Cartnon or something.
Something along those lines, right? And I probably maybe this is something I should know, and because we read a lot of your guys' comments, we love your comments, but some of them spoil, and I've developed this method where I literally read line or word by word, to avoid the spoiler ones. Keep the comments coming, definitely, but spoiler free as possible.
If it's been in the show and they've said it, which I can't understand the context of how anyone would know the name, then that's fine. You can say oh yeah, the double dungeons Cartnon they mentioned in episode X. Sure, totally fine.
Yeah.
But if it's we don't know that it's called Cartnon yet because it hasn't been revealed in the show, then we don't want to know about that. Even I almost feel like this is a special case where if the light novel said Cartnon Temple about the double dungeon, but they cut that from the anime, they probably wanted the reveal of that to be later,
in the third
instead of earlier, right?
Yeah.
So it's probably not even something we should know based on the context of the anime, if that's the case. I don't know if that's the case.
Yeah.
Maybe none of this has to do with the double dungeon.
I could be totally off.
Crazy.
And my freaking exactly. Right. If it is a double dungeon, that's a gigantic. I don't even know what to think about that.
Yeah, that's gonna be something. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure,
because double dungeons have been. When they spoke about it, they were incredibly rare, but it wasn't unknown to happen, right?
Sure.
It's something that's oh yeah, I had a buddy who heard somebody, it was a B rank dungeon. It turned out to be a double dungeon or something, right? It's almost urban legend kind of deal, but it's happened, right?
Right. It said that the key can be used on a gate.
Is that what it said? On a gate?
Yeah.
Oh, it can be used at the appropriate gate. Yes.
Isn't that weird?
We don't have the time. I don't have the time right now. I wish I could go back and watch episodes 1 and 2 right now and just
right.
See.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah. Used on a gate, so it turns the gate into a double dungeon? Question mark?
What else could that mean? You can't use it like the other keys.
Yeah.
You can't use it like the freaking key to the freaking demon monarch.
Yeah.
You have to use it to in a gate.
Yeah.
So, okay. Does that mean no double dungeon is coincidental? And every single double dungeon has been deliberate by one of these other like
by
entity
someone
dudes.
using a key on. That's what I was thinking too. I was literally having that thought. I was like, so did the double dungeon get made by someone?
Yeah.
Oh.
Right? Like,
so it's all been a plan since the beginning. It's never been a coincidence.
Maybe. Yeah. Yeah.
They were trying to create this level up person, or maybe trying to create more entities like themselves if it's tied to these other guys.
And then like, does this key generate this like place from nothing? Right? Is it like procedural generated a thing, and the key is the seed? And so whenever you use a specific key, whatever's on the other side is always the same because you're starting with the same seed. Or
no, I think you use it on a gate. It's a modifier item for a gate. It's like Path of Exile. You have like these like in the end game, you have in the Atlas, you have these like maps, but then you can use tablets to modify the maps to add something to the map, right? So I think the gates exist, and then you can use a key, and it modified it that added in the double dungeon. Because remember, they were in a cave, right? And it was kind of awkwardly like kind of shoved into the side of the wall of one of the caves, and they were like, "Oh, weird, that's crazy. This is like just here." Right? It seems like it was just kind of like freaking modded right in. Right?
But what I'm saying is the stuff that's on the other side of the door, right?
Oh,
whatever
I see
the
what you're
key
saying.
modifies
that
it.
stuff.
Is that always the same?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it takes that seed. I see what you're saying. Yes, it like plants like a preset thing and just like sticks it onto the frickin' area. Yeah, that's what I think as well. Yep.
Okay. So then that would mean anybody has the option. I mean, this would go against the title solo leveling, but could he potentially have the key used? Well, maybe he has to die. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's whoever's the last person alive, and so Sung can't make an additional solo leveling or level up person because I don't know. I don't know how.
It could have been a coincidence that he died at the same time, or like a millisecond before becoming a player, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be like, is it possible that the other people who were there could have become players as well? But then it's like, what are you a player in at that point? Is it the hunt? Is this a game? Are the gates here to train people up? What is the deal?
That's the thing that I'm constantly like, oh, of course I should remember this. Like, I forget that he's classified as a player.
Yeah.
System classifies him as a player. Yeah, it doesn't call him hunter.
Right.
Doesn't call him whatever. He's the player.
Right.
I don't know, man. Going back to what you were saying about maybe this is for their own amusement. If there's a game, what's a game if you're not meant to be amused, right?
Right. So are these other guys players? Right? Because like, I don't know. I've seen some freaking game-based isekai type of things where, you know, Sword Art Online comes to mind, where like you can log out of the game. Like, is that gate that he opened up, is he just logging out? Right? Is Earth or this reality just like a simulation place that he goes?
Yeah.
And he's just like, oh, okay, I was just checking out because the player's been here. Now I'm opening a gate and I'm logging out. And does that mean that the other guy who's a berserker who slashed the air and walked out, is he like rage quit every time he quits?
Alt F4s?
Yeah,
I don't know.
He's just like, frick this game.
I bet you we literally were saying like, what's the implications of oh my gosh, I'm trying to talk too fast. Reaching level 100.
Right.
I bet you the key was it. You get the key.
Sure.
When you get to level 100.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Because there wasn't
going back. So okay, so like let's say it is. Let's say it is Cartanon is this temple place. What's the implication of that then? So he goes back, he fights. He's gonna take that stuff easily. You think he fights that stuff easily now?
That's a great question.
Then can he arise them?
If it's a system entity, no. I don't think he takes that one dude on very easily.
Right.
If he's just an enemy, like so system entity is probably the incorrect like terminology, but like if he's like something that's like outside of the gate.
It would be because it's created
gate environment.
It's created by the key, right? It would have a name.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah. But then again, like the Demon Monarch and like all the other stuff, that was kind of easy for him. So maybe he takes it on now. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Because my question is, that's only the first part of my question. It's like, okay, so could he fight that? How difficult would it be? Could he arise it? That's that. Now, it's system-based with the key, so I want to say probably not, because since the key stuff with the demon realm, he couldn't arise any of the stuff there, and that was like based on the fact that it was a key. So maybe he could fight it, but he couldn't arise it because it's all system-based stuff. Now, that's just one half. The other half is, can you now use this room to create other players? If you beat the room, can you just bring people in here and start playeritizing people? That would be freaking huge.
What's the mechanics for becoming a player?
Right.
Yeah.
Can he just use that altar, put people on the altar, and then designate them players, or kill them and then designate them players? Like what?
So we've speculated that Sung's Daddy Sung, has the ability to level up.
Right.
Can you do that without being a player?
I don't think so. You think his dad stumbled into a double dungeon one time?
Could his dad be a player as well, right? And Sung's level 100. His dad's been doing this for so long, he's level 300. I don't know.
Right. And then he at some point, because like we don't know exactly what the nature of the job change stuff is, and we don't know if like you become a player and you start leveling up, you're guaranteed to become like Sung. It's possible his dad picked a different job, right?
True.
Like class.
Yeah.
Right. So he may understand that like a calamity is coming, because he said a calamity is coming. So
it could be that that's not Sung.
Right. Well, it could be that he understands. Here's what I think. It's possible that if his dad was going from gate to gate, he happened to go into a gate that was modified, carton on or not, but he became a player. Then he understands that it's possible that people can go into a gate and at some point become a player and level up, and they're going to become a catastrophe at some point in the future. Now, he doesn't know who this person will be. He's just saying, wow, it's really good it was me because I'm a good guy and I wouldn't become a catastrophe for the world, but somebody's going to become a catastrophe.
Okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So then
he just logically deduced that eventually somebody,
if I did it, somebody
with the wrong
will
intentions.
Do it, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So then he says like, but what he doesn't realize is his son Sung is the guy who became a level up person. So at some point they're gonna have to team up, and or taking that's A. B could be that he knows he's learned something about the system and this hunt, or something related to this, and he's going to become a catastrophe. Now, he has no other idea that anyone else has become a player that can level up. He's just talking about, like, there's something coming that's going to frick everybody up. It's going to be a calamity, right? And he's talking about these guys and the hunt and whatever all this stuff is specifically, right? He's not talking about, like, another player, and maybe it was a bit of a misdirect for him talking about the way that he did just after we had seen Sung, and they're kind of playing him up to be a little bit sinister. We're like, oh, frick, he's talking about Sung, but it's, it's a misdirect. Or it could be Sung, and it could be something else entirely.
Oh, there's just so much we don't know. Yeah. But speaking of Sung, being a little bit sinister or whatever, like, that was so good. He released Min. Right?
That was amazing. That was amazing.
Yok, whatever his name is.
Yeah. Hunter Min.
That was very telling of where he's at. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. It was shocking. Very sad to lose a healer, of course, but that was the right move.
However, a healer would only affect additional hunters, which we kind of want, but it wouldn't really affect Sung too much unless he's in another fight where he can't self heal. His shadows don't need any healing. He has done well without healing, but
if he's in a fight with a strong entity at his level, he'd be able to protect his healer, because the thing he's fighting wouldn't be able to go out of its way and fight the healer, and because that leaves him open to Sung hitting him, right? But if Sung and this entity are fighting and the healer's just back there buffing and healing him, that's
you're right.
Big,
you're right.
It's
not just it's just a healing. There is also buffs. Imagine a speed buff and strength buff.
Oh, for
on
sure.
On top of Sung's already insane
for sure.
stats.
Sung buffs the healer, then the healer buffs Sung with the buffed heals.
And he tells Tusk, bro, you got let go of the Sphere of Avarice, man. I got this. Give it to him.
Yeah, sure.
Give it to the healer.
Or the healer could buff Tusk, right? And then
true.
Tusk is even stronger, right?
Yeah.
Or he can buff the army or all this stuff, right?
It's not just he's support. He's support,
he's
not
support.
just healer. He's
That's
support.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
Right. Yeah. So who knows exactly what that would have been, but I mean, it is what it is, I suppose. Sung could just go and kill some other guy and, arise him. Get that healer. Some other hunter.
Oh my gosh, dude. No. We don't want him to go down that route.
We know he's not. It's interesting that they kind of played with this whole concept at the beginning, but like they've totally abandoned the Sung as a potential bad guy thing. They just use him to make it. They use it now to make him look sinister or cool, but there's never any like malice to it.
Yeah, which is good. I'm glad that he is this way. It would have been a very interesting topic for them to try and approach, but yeah. And
I'm surprised
however,
you say that.
It's
good.
also.
I'm surprised. I would have thought you would have been sad that this isn't being explored more because it seemed like you were pretty into that at the beginning.
Well, I was, but they didn't do enough of it. So like at this point, I'm glad they just like, no, we're just showing you he's a good guy. And we'll just leave it at Sung is good.
That kind of thing,
if they'd been like signaling more throughout the season, then I would be like sad for them to just drop it. But yeah, they didn't do much with it.
Right.
And the other thing too that Min suggests as well is that these shadows, he's able to feel kind of what their attitude is towards being a shadow.
Sure.
Like he knew, like, yeah, Beck did kind of plea with him, but he also kind of knew. He's like, yeah, I can kind of tell, like, he wouldn't want to be fighting. He was kind of done with that, and he was able to let him go, which was, it's nice knowing too that the shadows that remain are really like they're here somewhat willingly, or maybe they're just like peons and he doesn't care. He's like, bro, if you ants don't want to serve me, too bad, so sad. You gotta serve me, right?
Yeah,
but like,
true. Well, we do know that they are like willing in some variety, right? Because they do get, pushed
extracted
into
in the first place.
Yeah, they get extracted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So. But it's a nice confirmation that like Igris and Tusk, although Tusk was a bit of an a-hole, but still like Tusk and even Iron, most importantly, like
true.
They're kind of here of their own will and volition.
Kind of. Yeah, Iron is an interesting case, right? Because he hated Sung and wanted to kill him.
Yeah.
So yeah. So there is a level of it seems like there's a level of like mind control or something.
Yeah, it's not like a direct translation to like human free will, right? But like Iron wanted to keep fighting. He wasn't like done fighting, and this is the only opportunity to how to do that, and so at least he's like here doing that.
Right.
Beru speaking. Okay, I don't know what to make of that.
That's crazy, bro. Yeah, that's crazy. I thought it was
the
gonna
darkness
have
when extracting. I don't know what to make of that. That's also wild.
Yeah. I thought we were gonna have a greater implication from like him being able to speak. Like I thought we were about to get some freaking major lore drops on like, what do you remember and where are you from and all this stuff. But Sung didn't seem that curious about any of that. He's just like, all right, you can talk.
Kind of a
whatever.
simple man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I have a lot of questions.
But dude, I got a lot of questions. But okay. I don't think we're going to get any more answers. It was a good finale. I'm glad they ended it this way.
Yeah. Perfect ending. Yes.
Yes, exactly. Very good. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Like Graham said, we have an OP and ED video coming out very, very soon. So stay tuned for that. And that'll be our nice little send-off for Solo Leveling until Season 3. Who knows when that will be? I haven't heard anything. If anyone's heard like any confirmed information about like planning or like release date or any of that info, definitely
or
let us
even
know.
if it's been confirmed at all, right?
Yeah,
like if they've announced it. Usually at the end
yeah.
of the season they announce it. I haven't heard anything. I can virtually guarantee Solo Leveling, with how popular it is and how successful the season's been, they'll get a third one, but I haven't heard anything yet. So
yeah. Hopefully we don't have to wait too long. I'd say I also like the pacing and the fact that it's only 12 episodes. So maybe a year, hopefully.
Yeah,
it's only 12 episodes, but yeah. Anyways, we got a lot more anime coming down the pipeline, so stay tuned for that. Hit that subscribe button so you can join us on our anime watching journey. But with that, we'll see you guys next time.
See you, everybody.
Take care.